Hey, Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
Your movie sucks. My movie's the best that we've ever done.
What?
Yeah.
Your movie's the best. My movie's the best. Your movie was complete garbage.
No. The movie you brought to the table this week was the worst piece of shit I've ever laid my eyes upon, whereas mine was the purest piece of shit.
False. Fake news. Fake news. My movies are the best movies. No greater movies exist. The fact that you even consider your movie on a level that's mine is abominable.
Is this where I chime in and say they were both dog shit?
Yeah, that's gonna be a good time.
I was seeing how long I could stretch that out. Well done, boys.
Oh boy. Wow. It's Oldie but a Goodie, a show we watch movies from 1987 in the order they came out in, and double whammy this week, double episode, 2 movies, and they're both objectively the worst films we've seen this year.
Whoa. Objectively, you haven't heard my opinion on the films yet.
No, I think objectively works. Sorry, mate.
My name is Sandro, as always, joined by Zach.
Hello there.
And from Twitch and YouTube, our guest this week is horror gamer Skorn. How you doing?
I'm really well. Thanks for having me, boys.
No worries. Thanks for subjecting yourself to these 2 films that we decided to talk about.
I'll be quick to do my research next time before agreeing to such a thing in the future.
Yeah, I can't believe we made you watch 2 of these films.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
So, you're a big horror guy, so we were like, we've got to get you on to do a horror. Jaws 4, obviously a horror, even though Google says it's a thriller for some reason, it's a horror. And then also, you're a big DC Comics guy, so it makes sense that we do a Superman movie.
Correct. And I actually have a funny sort of little story for you boys. Upon speaking with you back in the infancy of this idea, and you'd sort of pitched Jaws and Superman to me, I was wrapped. I'm on board. Both are iconic films. Yeah. So I went back recently and I watched both of them to prepare for this.
Yes.
Jaws, original, iconic, brilliant. Mm-hmm. The original Superman, Christopher Reeves, iconic, brilliant film. Right up until very recently, I thought they were the 2 movies that we were going to be discussing.
No.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Oh, no.
Yes, indeed. So I had to go back and subject myself just last night to Jaws 4 and Superman 4 with gritted teeth. Oh, boy. So I was so excited for so long to discuss 2 titans of cinema.
And now you can.
And that dream is now gone.
Fantastic. Well, you could give us the insight as to what you think compared to the original films. These films hold up.
Look, we've got some thoughts, but we can get stuck into them later.
Yeah, definitely. We'll jump into it. There's going to be time codes in the episode description, so you can jump to either of the 2 movies as we talk about them, and then also at the end of the episode, we'll be doing a little bonus battle to see which of them is objectively the worst of these 2 movies. And by objectively, I mean not objectively at all, because it's all opinion-based, but also it's the internet.
Yeah, but our opinion is correct. So, objective.
But, of course, this is a show where we choose movies and things. And, Zach, I chose part of this week's episode, Superman, and then you were like, let's do Jaws as well.
Yeah.
What were the other films that came out this week, back in 87, that I could have chosen?
Well, the other films that we had an option for was High Tide, which is a wholesome Australian drama about a mother and daughter. We had La Bamba, biopic about the life of a rock and roll star, Richie Valens. And then Summer School, which is about a gym teacher who is forced to teach an English class during summer. I hear, Skorn, you could have had some great insight into this movie.
Yeah, being an educator, I see, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
No, I mean, you'd think so.
Yeah, you would think.
But my whole career has just been based on one simple premise of fake it till you make it. And I haven't got to the make it stage yet, so I'm currently still faking it.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right.
Well, I mean, it's about a gym teacher who teaches English. I feel like that teacher is definitely faking it.
Yeah. I think that goes with the movie. Oh, well. Missed opportunity, clearly.
I know.
Oh, well.
Low-hanging fruit and missed it altogether.
It's amazing to me, one, that the 2 films we're talking about this week were released during the summer blockbuster period, but also that all the films that came out this week were like, those 3, sounding movies, you'd probably get those options in like February instead of July.
They sound like January movies, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
And then also these two objectively terrible films, which we should jump into. Skorn, what do you want to do first, Jaws or Superman?
I guess that's just a roll of the dice. Jaws is fresher in my mind if we want to knock Superman out of the way first.
Yeah.
I don't know where that logic came from, but but it works.
It was some sort of logic, which is what we're going to grasp to, like the short straws that we constantly grasp to on this show.
Yes. All right. Superman 4, Quest for Peace, considered one of the worst movies ever made, based off what some people consider to be the best movie ever made, which is the first Superman film. Zach, you've obviously seen the first Superman film, right? There's no way you haven't.
I may or may not have seen the first film. I remember watching Superman as a child, but I can neither confirm nor deny if it was 1, 2, or 3. I do not remember it very well, but I remember this movie pretty well.
What?
Oh, no.
You've seen this before?
Sort of. It was definitely a thing on TV at some point that I saw.
You see, for me, I'll have to take you back all the way to the year of 2005, the year of Blockbuster's death. But I was still going to Blockbuster, and I rented out all 5 Superman movies, because of course Supergirl, also a part of the canon.
Of course.
Even at such a young age, I thought that this film sucked.
I'm glad to hear your opinion has changed nowadays.
What do you think, Scott?
My hatred of this movie has sort of followed me since a child also.
Oh.
I recall watching this with my father when I was quite young. And similar to yourself, I know like deep in my bones that I've hated this since my first viewing as a child. I'd almost sort of blocked it completely from my mental lexicon. And it wasn't until I realized that we weren't reviewing Superman 1 that I realized I had to rewatch this atrocity. Abomination. Is that too harsh?
No, not at all. No. This is...
No, it's not. You're right.
It parries the movie itself, because there's an abomination in that as well.
Yeah.
That being the entire movie.
The entire movie is an abomination. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating film. My first question that I want to kind of pose to you both is this so bad it's good? Because Supergirl is. Supergirl is atrocious, but it's very funny. I really enjoy that movie. I don't know if this one is so bad it's good, though. It might just be bad.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of funny in moments.
There's certain parts and certain like little tidbits and factoids about this movie that make it go like, oh, that's kind of neat. But there is no part of the movie itself that has any form of endearing quality to me.
I will argue that the second half of this movie is so bad it's good. The first half is really boring, and it's like, get on with the story. Oh, he's saving the nukes. Yay. Oh, he's getting into relationship troubles. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Can we get on to where the bad guy shows up, please?
Yeah, a lot of the shtick didn't age real well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Lex Luthor's whistling Mozart. Woohoo! All right.
Yeah, true.
Is this movie going to start yet?
He's got a nephew that's like one or both of Bill and Ted, just their personality. It's Lex Luthor's nephew for some reason.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Jamie Kennedy from that movie where thinks he's a gangster, but he's like this token white guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just that frenetic, chaotic energy. And I'm like, oh, what is this?
It's an embarrassing film, quite frankly, unfortunately. And it wasn't actually going to be made at all. The whole reason this film happened was because Christopher Reeve wanted to make this movie called Street Smart, which also came out in 87 and also isn't very good. He wanted to make that movie, and he was looking at studios to fund it, and he came across Cannon Group, who made this movie. They're responsible for films like the Breaking franchise, Zach, that we did last year, and a lot of other quite low-budget stuff. I think they also did American Ninja 2.
High quality movies.
Which is up on our Patreon. So he was like, all right, I'll work with you all and do Superman 4 if you make this other movie that I really, really want to make. And so that's what they agreed to. And so they were forced to make this film, and no one wanted to be there. At least they got paid, I guess.
Yeah, but not by much, considering how much the budget got axed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might have noticed, Zach, that there were scenes, well, particularly one scene used over and over again in the movie, which was Superman flying towards the camera. They used the same shot 10 times in the movie.
I had no idea that they reused that shot. Wow, that's crazy. Are you telling me it was the same shot over and over again? I barely noticed it.
Yeah, because they were ages into filming the movie and their budget got axed.
Yikes.
And they had to cut stuff last minute.
Oof.
It looks like someone just took a Polaroid of him flying at the camera and just wiggled it in front of the camera. It was bad.
Because I read somewhere that they spent like 2, maybe even 3 months filming just Christopher Reeve on a green screen flying around for the first movie. And in this, it was like maybe a week.
So so I remember reading somewhere they had 6 months slated in to record all the flying motion capture and CGI, and they shaved off 5 months of the 6 months.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
My lord.
Yeah.
The film was originally 2 hours and 10 minutes as well. They cut 40 minutes out of it to try and, I guess, squeeze in more screenings, because if your film's over 2 hours long, it's hard to fit in loads of screenings in a day.
And also, you don't have to film 45 minutes of film.
Oh, no, they filmed it and then they cut it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their budget got cut. They filmed 40 minutes of it and then cut it from the... Wow.
Yeah.
They could have just not filmed that 40. Oh my god, that hurts me so much.
That's why the final act of the movie does feel unfinished, because it is. But they also filmed the stuff that's missing.
God, I hate it. I'm skipping right to the end where Superman's like, yes, I figured it out with basic chemistry. This was his weakness, and I figured it out. And it's like, I'm glad they explained that at the very last minute of the movie, because that's all I was thinking of is, what the hell is Superman doing? How does he know what his weakness is? Anyway.
Behind the scenes trouble ahoy on this film, really. It did cost $17 million, though. What do you both think it made in the box office?
Well, I know that its original budget was about 30-something. And I heard that they got half of it cut, so that rounded down to 17. But apparently they only made what their original budget was. This is what I've read, so I want to say around the 30. I'm going to lock in 30.
Okay, I'm gonna go slightly less. I'm gonna mostly out of spite. I'll do 16. 16 mil.
Slightly less than the cut budget.
Yes.
Well, it made $36.7 million, according to Wikipedia and IMDb. So I guess a success, but not really. I mean, it killed the franchise until 2006.
Yeah, and back in the day, like, that's not really a sum of money to be sneezed at, I would have thought.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
It's a good way to kill a franchise, though.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much just interesting stuff, because Christopher Reeve, he wrote a lot of it himself. You can kind of tell that with the whole, like, nuke thing, which I'm sure we'll get into. But he also directed a lot of the action sequences as well, because the director that they had for the movie has done a lot of films before, and good films, but no, like, action sci-fi green screen work. So Christopher Reeve was like, well, I know how to do this. I guess I'm directing the moon sequence on my own. Skorn, though. Question. What was the plot of the movie? We're not going to do full synopsis reviews this week. We'll just kind of briefly touch on plot points and stuff. But what happens? What's the story?
So my biggest takeaway is that there's sort of like two stories going on at once. Superman has sort of been tasked, or has tasked himself with removing all nuclear weapons from the Earth. And in doing so, put himself in a pretty good position to make some lucrative money off nuclear weapons if he saw fit. And then there was another sort of subplot going on where it was some kid writing a letter to Superman about how could he let violence continue?
Yep.
Or something.
It was the nukes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid was like, why don't you get rid of all the nukes, Superman, you stupid idiot?
And so he does that.
It's a weird lesson, because the teacher is like, you got to write to Congress to get rid of the nukes. And the kid's like, the politics won't do any help. I'm going to write to Superman.
Yeah, why don't we just write to the higher being? I feel like that's a way better idea.
There's like some weird pseudo propaganda going on which is pretty timely for the movie, I suppose.
Yeah, it's 87. It's like Cold War times, so,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, for the era, but it's like, oh my God. And a lot of the time I found myself getting sucked out of, that deep, complex plot by just the awful green screen. I can't look past a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, oof.
It's bad.
was bad.
It's very bad.
Oh, and then there's Nuclear Man as well. He's in there somewhere. You know, the whole bad guy of the film. Yeah. Let's not forget that weird, cracked out, feline-looking dude.
Hey, but I loved his voice actor.
Doesn't the actor that plays Lex Luthor, he mispronounces nuclear?
Yeah, it's like nuclear. Or no, nuclear.
No.
Like,
That's the guy's name, right? It's the misspelling of
Oh, the name. Right, he's pronouncing the name correctly.
oh.
Yes, not the power though. See, it all makes sense. It's all canonical. It all definitely all above board.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lex Luthor plan, Zach. Please explain what his plan is,
Okay, so
step by step.
you're a rich billionaire genius. You know this because you can whistle all of Mozart. You're just super intelligent. You're stuck in this criminal labor camp thing. But here's the plan. So you get your nephew down with his tricked out sports car.
Oh no.
With his epic surround sound. He tricks the policeman into hopping in the car. The car then traps them in the car and drives off a cliff. They survive it somehow. You then just leave while they're recovering from going off a cliff. Then you personally, instead of, I don't know, hiring anyone, go and rob the local museum to get Superman's single strand of hair that he's donated.
Yep.
You then use that and the power of science to launch a missile at the sun.
Yep.
Which, or just launch it in general, and then Superman will throw it into the sun for you.
Because that's what he's doing. He's throwing all the nukes into the sun. Yeah.
And using the power of the sun, you will, and genetic shenanigans.
And magnets.
And the magnets, definitely. You will create a clone of Superman, but a mutated clone that comes fully spandexed. And you will be able to take down Superman.
Is the person that plays Nuclear Man a WWE fighter or not? Because he looks like it.
He does have the physique, but clearly he didn't have the voice because they redubbed his whole dialogue.
Oh, yikes. Yeah. As soon as he spoke and it was the same voice, and it's like, yes, I see you have my voice. You know, not your own voice that we've dubbed over. And I was like, oh.
So that was funny. And then the final, 40 minutes of the movie is just one really, really long fight between Nuclear Man and Superman. It kind of pauses, in the middle, but then it continues later on.
Yeah.
And it's quite terrible, but in a pretty funny way.
I love it.
There's the Wall of China scene that you've probably seen on YouTube where they destroy the Wall of China and then Superman rebuilds it with his mind somehow.
That was a victim of budget cuts too, which is a shame because originally he was supposed to be flying around fixing the wall at super speed. But budget cuts, so it's just the same shot of him looking from side to side with blue lasers coming from his eyeballs because blue's a different color to red, so clearly they're the good lasers.
Yes.
That's the building laser that builds things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The much lesser talked about power of Superman, his rebuilding eye lasers.
Yeah. He gets frozen in a block of ice at some point up in space.
I love the effect of him breaking out because it just cuts to some glass or something shattering and then cuts back to him.
Skorn, how does he defeat Nuclear Man though?
He wrapped him up in an elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, death by elevator.
Trapped him in an elevator and then via the elevator cable pulled him to the moon, which was incredible. Because that's what I would do. But I can't recall how he actually defeated the Mans.
Well, after he adjusts the flag on the moon, because they pushed it over during their fight and somehow it's waving despite being in space, he pulls the moon in front of the sun to block Nuclear Man's powers.
Oh, that's right. It's the one thing you probably wouldn't want to put the Earth through is moving the moon. The other son.
Yeah. The oceans would be a complete mess.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
he could just use his time rewinding flying ability to reverse the damage to the Earth.
Yeah, and he probably has a third eye laser
Yeah.
color that we don't know about yet to fix that.
It's called the tidal beam. It shoots from his eyes.
He could have easily, he could have just gone back in time, decided not to donate the strand of hair, and then the movie wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. But then the movie wouldn't have happened.
Oh, no.
I feel like that's a win-win.
Yeah.
All I could think of during this last fight is how does he know that the other guy's weakness is not being in the sun? Which they explain at the very end where he goes, oh yes, it was basic chemistry. If you used him to shoot him into the sun, of course his weakness would be the sun.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what?
What about the moment where Nuclear Man really wants to kidnap Warfield because he saw her face in a newspaper?
It wasn't even that great of a flattering photo. It was kind of ugly, to be honest.
Yeah, obsessive creep right there, my guys.
That's a whole storyline as well that's in this movie, is the Daily Planet is getting bought out by tycoon David Warfield and his daughter Lacey, who's got a thing for Clark, apparently.
That's right.
She has a quote, I wrote it down, how can one man be so square and so delicious? Which is great.
Oh, yeah!
That would still work today, man. That would still 100% work today.
I want to be square and delicious. Heck yeah.
She's not a bad performer.
Honestly, better character than most of the other ones in the film.
Didn't she proposition Clark Kent to have a double date with herself and Lois Lane and Clark Kent and Superman?
Yes.
Yes.
And Clark said yes. And I'm thinking, like, what a player, dude.
Yeah. But also, just say no.
Yeah.
That was a terrible situation to be in. Just be like, oh, I can't. Or, oh, I don't want to. Or oh, hey, my real identity is Superman and I'm dating the other one. This is too awkward for me. Can we just stop the charade already?
Yeah.
But no, you have to have a slapstick goddamn thing where he swaps from Superman to Clark Kent to Superman back and forth so that they don't realize they're the same person. Also, doesn't Lois Lane know that it's Superman?
Well, yeah, I wrote that down. I was like, how is this the fourth movie and she doesn't know? She doesn't know because he keeps telling her, getting advice from her, and then kissing her and wiping her mind over and over again.
Right.
That's right.
Which is incredibly problematic. Superman in this movie, what are you doing, man?
Honestly.
Pretty problematic.
Yeah, so he's got two girls towing along at the same time. Plus, he's wiping the mind of the one that knows too much so he can go back to his happy little life prior. It says a lot about our hero, I think. It
does.
And it doesn't put him in the most positive of lights.
Yeah, neither does, like, debating whether he should get rid of the nukes or not. It's like, oh, my space parents say don't interfere, but maybe I should actually get rid of these nukes. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
That's another whole part of this movie, is that in, of course, the original Superman movie, he goes to the Fortress of Solitude to talk to his dad. In the second one, for the reshoots, he talks to his mum because Marlon Brando wouldn't come back. I can't remember who he talks to in the third one, but in this one, for some reason, instead of talking to either of his parents, he just talks to the council that kind of destroyed Krypton and gets advice from them.
And their advice is the same advice that got their planet destroyed.
Yeah.
Essentially, don't do anything is what they said, which is ironically why they got wiped out.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. There are some questionable choices that were made in this movie.
Just one or two. But hey, he gets flashbacks from his mum whenever he's holding the power of Krypton. So that's the thing.
That is a thing.
Helps him live.
Yeah, because there's a point as well, after his first fight with Nuclear Man, he's dead. They cut a lot out of the final part of this movie.
He's dying, I think, and then
guess.
he uses the power of Krypton to heal up.
It's weird. I guess the final thing to talk about is probably John Cryer as Lenny Luthor. I only want to bring him up because he calls Superman the Dude of Steel, which was really funny.
Superman's big fix for that kid too was to hand him over to a priest, which is another thing that didn't age real well in this movie.
Oh, no, it did not.
Yeah, he hands him off to some like Catholic boy school, and I'm like,
Yeah.
First of all, he looks like he's in his mid-20s. Second of all, this has not aged well at all.
Yeah, also, I love just Luthor in general was the least intimidating version of Lex Luthor I've ever seen in my existence. Like, why did he himself go and rob the hair? That's so un-Lex Luthor.
It is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
doing manual labor. That's the whole point is he's all brains and no brawn.
Well, the original Superman movies, in general, I think kind of misuse Luthor. He's pretty good in 2, but like in the first one, he's mainly there for physical comedy and then also to be the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a weird version of Lex that we get in these movies.
Yeah, and you know what, that's fair. He becomes a lot more Lex Luthor once he gets all his money and stuff and he's just letting, Nuclear Man do all his work. That felt very Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, okay, now that you've given me all this money, get the hell out. Otherwise I'm going to get Nuclear Man to murder you. And I was like, that's a very Lex Luthor move. I like that.
Yeah.
Overall, he was not very intimidating, I found.
No, Gene Hackman is not the... I suppose, again, like you said, Lex Luthor isn't typically an imposing character, but there is nothing inherently threatening about Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
It reminds me of like a dad figure. He just has this like
Yeah.
dad vibe around him.
Yeah.
It's not very intimidating. I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, good on him for not shaving his hair for this movie, though, because that's a big decision to make as a person, you know?
I love it when people in the Superman franchise refuse to shave their hair. Like mustaches.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably Superman 4 done right there. Look.
I feel like we even did it more of a service than it deserved, really.
Yeah. Oh, there's a scene where Clark Kent's in the gym and he looks like just... Oh, my goodness.
Look, I didn't know how to bring up the gym scene, okay? But is it Paul, the personal trainer in the gym? There's just some random guy.
It's one of the trainers that the lady knows.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be the alpha, like this head honcho, top dog of the gym, and I just can't buy it. You know, he's built like a wet cigarette out here trying to, flaunt in front of Superman. Not that he knows it, it's Superman.
Yeah, of course.
But I just can't buy into the physicality of that bigger cheese stringer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why didn't they get another beefcake? Like Nuclear Man, get another wrestler dude.
Well, this is back in the days of Hulk Hogan and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Like, these are the boys back then, man.
Wouldn't have that been a great cameo? Obviously, they couldn't afford that because they had zero budget.
Yeah.
But, like, just a quick cameo
Yeah.
of, like, Hulk Hogan coming in. It's like...
Single-handedly would have saved this movie for me.
Yeah.
Let's lift some steel, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
So it's clearly an awful movie. We've got like the premise of the show is we either rate it an oldie or a goodie, but there are like worse than an oldie awards. There's also the meme award for films that are so bad it's good. I think Supergirl got that. What do you think, Zach? Is this so bad it's good? Is this worse than an oldie, or is this just an oldie? There's also the January movie award for films that feel like they came out in January.
It's just like... It's not bad enough that it was good. There was a lot of moments that were. Like, I feel like Nuclear Man as a whole is just so bad it's good. What was that scene where he was, like, blowing up cars and levitating civilians, throwing them around, and Superman was just standing there doing nothing? Like, what the fuck was that scene? It was
Classic
so dumb.
Superman behavior.
Yeah, just sitting there and watching civilians die, going, "No, please don't do it."
Yeah.
Like, think of the civilians. I was like, oh my god, this is garbage. So I'm going to give it the January award because it feels like both these movies, spoiler, I want to give the January because it feels like they should have come out in January.
I don't agree with that. I would go for January movie awards for both of these. What do you think, Skorn?
Based on that tier system, I would agree with the January rating. And I don't want to sound like I'm leaning too much into my hatred for this. It's not a meme. Like, my loathing of this film runs deep, okay? This is like a childhood hatred that's followed me my whole life. Like a fucking dark cloud, man. I just, yeah. Is January the lowest rating that we have?
It's one of the lowest.
There is the Go to Jail award, which is for films that are creepy and gross. I don't think this one...
Okay, no.
I mean, Superman's pretty creepy in this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does try to double date women and erase their minds to try keep playing the field, and there is creepy, like handing over boys to priests, but I don't think contextually that was creepy.
You can make a new award if you like Suppressed Hatred Award.
Yeah, just Boiling Hatred Award. And I mean, that can be reserved for special occasions. I give you guys my blessing to use that in the future.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll get good use of it.
Excellent. Glad I could help.
It goes to show a lot, though, that I was never bored during Superman 4 compared to the next movie we're going to talk about, which is Jaws 4, The Revenge, in which I was constantly on a scale of, this is amazingly what the hell did they think they were making, and also I'm incredibly bored right now. Whereas with Superman, it was constantly what did they think they were making, and never quite tipped over to the bored level.
I was bored in Superman. I was bored at the start of Superman, and when in the middle of fighting Nuclear Man, they just took a break so he could mope about and then get krypton powers. I was like, wait, you just stopped fighting for a bit? What?
Yeah.
I was bored during Superman. But yeah, let's see what you're talking.
But anyway, we'll talk about Jaws 4 right now. That's good to hear that you rewatched the first one. I've rewatched it as well. It's a good film, isn't it, that first one?
Oh, it's unreal. And what I was scared was going to happen, and it's the same thing that happens a lot of the time when I go back to watch films that I adored from my younger years, those iconic cult classics. That, they stand the test of time if you're able to sort of time travel yourself back to those times when they came out or when they were new. I can watch an old film completely self-aware that it's an old film, and I can get into it. But there are some films that just don't stand that test of time, and I wish that I'd never rewatched that movie and just held on to the memory of how good I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? There are a few films that I've gone my whole life going like, that was such an amazing film without having rewatched it, for 10, 15 years. And then when I come around to watching it again, I go, oh shit. Oh no. Oh.
That's true.
And I was worried that Jaws was going to be that for me. But it wasn't. It was still great.
Yeah, it's good.
Jaws 4, though. Not Boiling Hatred.
Oh.
Okay.
It didn't win the Boiling Hatred because I feel like I needed to feel something for it to qualify for Boiling Hatred.
Yeah, you got it there.
You kind of nailed it with just boring. Just fucking boring. Like, Michael Caine can't save this movie. Do you know what I mean?
Although he tried. He really did.
He tried. And he was probably one of the most endearing qualities about it.
He was the only, from my opinion.
Yeah, probably. Have you seen Jaws 2 or 3? I haven't seen it in either of them.
I don't think I have. If I have, it would have been many, many moons ago.
I have.
You have?
You have?
Yeah, I have. But it was a long time ago. Yeah, I watched 1, 2, and 3, but not 4.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I could complete my collection.
Yes.
And the first movie, obviously, I would say really holds up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
Just in general. It's just really good. 2 and 3, look, 2 felt like a little bit of a cash grab. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take that statement back because 3 exists. Getting to 4, I am drained physically and mentally of all emotion, as cleanly pointed out, and I feel nothing as I watch this man get murdered while Christmas carols are singing.
Yeah,
I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe a slight bit of joy that we're getting into the murder.
That was probably, we're talking about endearing qualities. Well, we weren't really, but Michael Caine, big love to that man. The only other thing that I can say about this movie that was positive was that they killed the guy that I thought was going to be the main character in like the first 5 minutes. Spoiler alert. Sorry, everyone.
That's true.
I thought they were setting that pretty boy town cop up to be, the hero.
Yeah.
Because, okay, for some reason, the Jaws franchise decided to focus on the Brody family.
Yeah.
A completely stupid idea. It should have become an anthology series or something that would have made more sense.
Yeah, wouldn't that make sense? Because sharks travel across the globe. So it would make sense if, there was different cases of mega shark attack thing. I don't know, fucking lake sharks, whatever the shit they want to do. They're Loch Ness shark, have an Irish family fight a shark.
A crocodile movie set in Australia, that would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except it's a shark.
Except it's a croc shark.
It's a croc shark. That's probably a movie, to be honest.
Probably.
It works in Friday the 13th. Guess they'll work here, right?
Yeah. Same killer, different characters.
Yeah.
Always a good move. They decided to focus on the family. Dumb move. So, the plot of Jaws the Revenge, I can probably say it in under a minute because it's ridiculously light.
All right, I'm timing. Go.
Ellen Brody, her husband died of a heart attack, but also was killed by a shark, apparently. There is conflicting reports in the movie about how he died. She's on her own now with the son, and the son dies, and she's like, oh no, my son died in a shark attack. I guess that means a shark wants revenge on my family, because my husband also died of a shark attack, even though I said he died of a heart attack just before. I'm going to get the rest of my family up together. They recast Dennis Quaid as my other son, and now he's some other kid, and we're going to go do things, and Michael Caine and fall in love, and I think a shark's traveling halfway across the world to kill my whole family. And also, I've got a psychic connection to the shark.
All right, that was 54 seconds, roughly.
Well done.
Done.
Well done.
That's the whole plot of the movie. What?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It was a crazy time,
Psychic
dude.
connection to the shark. I forgot she had the psychic connection to the shark. She can sense when it's nearby. Oh, that's so stupid.
So, okay, they kill the shark at the end of Jaws, and at the end of Jaws 2, and at the end of Jaws 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what shark is this?
Isn't it the husband-daughter shark? It's the mother-in-law shark.
Yeah, there's a long family tree of pissed off sharks that want revenge on this family, dude.
Yeah. They really hate this specific family.
Yeah.
And know exactly where they are and can follow them even when they take planes and also know...
And have literally nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it makes no fucking sense. Why does the shark want revenge? How can it tell where they are and who they are and which is of the bloodline of this person?
This has to be a story of mental illness, right? Ellen Brody's clearly got some mental troubles. Yeah. That's got to be the plot. This can't actually be a movie about a psychic connection between a woman and a shark.
You know what it is? It's because of the psychic connection. The shark is using her, and that's how the shark knows where they are and what's happening.
Right. Yeah, that checks out.
Does it? Does it?
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I love the effects of the shark. It made me laugh every time the shark came on screen.
Well, that's another thing, man. Like, Jaws 1 is, like, renowned for its sort of, like, groundbreaking effects. You know what I mean? And then that is completely absent from this film. Completely absent.
I liked how blood appeared around the shark every time it went to attack before it attacked someone.
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant. It chewed the side of a boat, just chewed some wood off the side of a boat, blood red water.
Blood.
Yeah.
As far as you can see. Yeah. Just blood.
Well, the boat's injured. It would bleed.
It's a good point.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not a boat doctor.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but the shark tend to roar every time it would attack. Which I found quite fascinating. This was a very rare breed of roaring shark.
Now, I mean, I've never seen a shark up close, so I don't know if they roar or not. I can't fact check that myself, you know what I mean?
I am also from 1987, so I don't know how sharks work.
Yeah, they might have been different back then. They might have roared, I don't know.
Yeah, nowadays they don't have pent-up rage against families that murdered their bloodline or superhero movies. So they don't roar anymore.
Yeah, right.
Which is unfortunate.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So you can probably relate with this shark, with the pent-up anger.
Yeah, so basically I was that shark after watching Superman 4.
Ah! You hunting down the Superman bloodline.
Yeah.
I've got some quotes here.
Okay.
The first quote is actually a quote from the credits, the opening credits, which says, music based off John Williams' score. They almost try to make you think that the music is by John Williams, and then they say, adapted by this other person. They almost kind of trick you there. It's a bit of a trick.
Yep.
Sneaky devils.
There's, of course, the classic quote, Mum, sharks don't murder, which was great.
Well, yeah, they don't.
At some point in the movie, two people are talking, their husband and wife, and the husband's like, I've always wanted to make love to an angry welder. I've dreamed of it since I was a small boy. That's a line in this movie.
Relatable.
I actually had to rewind watching it. I'm like, did he honestly just admit that he had fantasies as a little boy of sleeping with an angry welder? Yep. Yes, he did.
Hell yeah. Hey, look, I can relate to that at least. If I can't relate to anything in these two movies, it's this one line. I would absolutely love to make love to an angry welder after we argued about the garbage.
The scriptwriter was clearly trying to get fired. He's sitting there like, tapping his fingers together like Mr. Burns. And he's watching him shoot it going like, are you fucking kidding? They said it. They said the line. Oh, my God.
No, there's a writer's room where they're like, how far can we push this? How far can we go before they say no?
There's a whole behind-the-scenes story as to why this was made. But the final quote that I've got right at the end of the movie, we get the incredible line. It should have won awards, this line, for why the shark is coming after a plane. The line is, that shark's gonna come for the plane. It's attracted to the electromagnetic metal on it.
Oh, that's not how sharks work. Also, magnets. Magnets, how do they work? Am I right?
Yeah, wow.
Also, that guy lived. What a dumb ending. Why did the one guy, sacrificed himself to put the bomb thing, whatever the fuck it was supposed to be?
I'm not sure what it was. But whatever it was, it works. Just ask him, because he'll tell you.
Yeah, and then he was sacrificed himself, but then he didn't at all because he lived and it was fine. And I was like, what is happening with this movie?
Wikipedia synopsis, they put a device that emits electrical impulses inside of the shark and that causes it to blow up.
Wait, I thought it was them spearheading the shark with the boat that made it blow up.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope.
Holy fuck. No. Hey, whoa. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably wrong. Couldn't care less because this movie sucks. So they're using those weird electromagnetic... It looks like a flashlight, if you ask me.
Yeah, nah, that couldn't be a flashlight. You're wrong. That's definitely not.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Sorry, how foolish of me. But that forces the shark to jump out of the water, and the whole... I don't know nautical terminology, but there's a fucking pole out the front of the boat that has been broken where the shark had once bit it, and so now it's this sort of sharp pole.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not doing a great job of describing this fucking thing. But as the shark jumps out of the water, Mum steers the boat into the shark. Shark explodes. At least that was my takeaway.
Oh, I think that is what happens.
Yeah, but I thought it was the ship ramming into it that exploded the device, which killed it.
Oh, what an incredibly lucky shot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought the movie was saying.
Oh, there's two versions of the ending.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
In one version, the shark gets impaled and dies on the boat. In another version, it explodes.
Oh, it exploded in my version.
And also, the guy who put the device inside of the shark dies in the original ending.
Oh,
thank goodness. I'm glad.
There's explosion and non-explosion.
right.
So wait, there's an ending where it gets skewered and doesn't explode and the guy still dies.
Yes.
Huh.
Damn it. Because I want the ending where the shark explodes because that's great.
Yeah.
And the guy dies because he should have died. What the heck?
He should have.
True.
Yeah, I was offended by the movie when that guy lived.
This cost $23 million.
Huh.
What? This cost more than Superman.
They had to hire boats? Is that the... I don't know.
No, they were in the Bahamas, so they had to spend money on tequila and,
Oh, it's an Adam Sandler We Went on a Holiday Trip movie.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is just an excuse for a holiday.
It makes total sense.
What do you think it made in the box office score?
Fuck. If this went over 100 mil, in its entire life, look, no, I'll lowball myself. I think 50.
Okay.
I think 50.
I'm once again going to go with the hopeful 15 mil.
Right. It made 50 mil.
Oh, yo, let's go.
50. No.
Did it actually?
It actually did.
Oh, yeah.
No.
People went and saw this. It made more money than Superman.
Wow. That's some sort of crime.
Now I'm filled with burning rage.
Yeah.
Is there any other plot points to discuss with this movie? There isn't, is there?
There's the love. There's the love thing where Michael Caine and what's her lady, they fall in love, and then the son's like, I don't like Michael Caine trying to bang my mum, girl.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that, but I feel like you already just summarized it. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just summarized the whole thing.
Yeah.
Damn it. Michael Caine, he loves to tell stories.
Was there a point of the granddaughter? Mm-hmm. Like, she was in it a lot, the granddaughter. Or
Yeah. She was an object to be nearly eaten, but not, because the movie wanted that sweet M rating and not the R one.
Right, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is January award, right? Because it's
I'm
very
giving it January.
boring, like most January movies.
Did this make it to theaters?
Yep.
This did make it to theaters, so this wasn't like a straight to home, well, I guess, cassette.
No, that's Jaws 5.
Right, of course, which was later retitled Sharknado.
That was... Okay, you want a real kick in the gut. This came out last week, so this was an alternate option last week. The film we did last week was RoboCop. This film made $51 million. RoboCop made $53 million.
Oh, that is a kick in the guts.
Like, just this garbage and RoboCop makes the same amount of money.
Oh, that hurts.
But it's proof that a franchise can carry like an audience. You know what I mean? You just tag that name onto it.
You don't need to tell Disney twice.
You're not wrong.
You know what we could use? A live action remake of Jaws.
A January award for that one?
Oh, without a second thought.
Yeah. This was definitely the more January of the two films. Because I felt like I genuinely enjoyed the stupidness of Superman a lot. Whereas this one, I was a bit like, what is going on? Why is the shark revenge? Why is she psychic? Why?
And there's no explanations,
Why?
and there's no, like, it doesn't go deep enough for us to do a full synopsis review on this. There's just nothing there.
Why is Michael Caine in this movie?
Why is he in this? Oh, well, money, I guess.
Yeah, things might have been tough back then.
Also, the main actress, Lorraine Gray, she was married to the studio head, and that's why they made the movie.
Oh, okay. Great.
Wow.
Cheers, bitch. Sorry.
No. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree.
She is terrible in this film. Really bad.
She, is pretty god-awful.
So we do a segment here. It's mainly on our Patreon at the moment, actually, but every now and then we bring it across to the main show, which is the bonus battle.
Oh.
We want to figure out which of these is actually the worst. We did just discuss it, and I think we both agree. We all agree that they're both the worst in different elements, but we want a point-based system to really just hammer home which of these is the worst. So the bonus battle, we're going to come up with a couple categories, 3 to 5, and then we're going to rank it. We're going to give our own rankings based on those categories out of 5, then I'm going to add them up, and the one with the most points wins because it's slightly better than the other one.
Okay.
Special effects is what I put forward as our first category.
Right.
Okay.
Not a strong category for either.
Yeah, no. Which is why I put it forward.
Wait, so does 1 suck and 5 means it's awesome? Or vice versa?
That works. No, what you said first works.
Okay.
What else do we want? Story?
Story's a good one. That should be a category.
Yeah.
Cool.
Characters.
That shark had great personality.
Longevity or rewatchability?
Rewatchability. Yeah. Okay, all right.
And maybe for the final one, it can be like something about how it fits into the franchise. Like
damage to the franchise.
Perfect. Those are the 5 categories. Special effects, stories, characters, rewatchability, damage to the franchise.
Perfect.
All right, well, first up, special effects. Skorn, what do you think for Superman?
For Superman, I mean, the special effects are notoriously bad. If I'm comparing movie to movie, though, I want to say Superman will be a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. problem is obviously their budget got cut. So they had to do the best that they could. And honestly, I feel like I was going to go with 2.5, but then having your budget cut isn't really an excuse that should work for the viewer because I'm still watching the film. It doesn't matter if the budget got cut or not.
Yeah.
I'm still going to watch the film and judge the film based on that. So I will also go with 2. I was going to give it a 2.5, but then I said, fuck you, Superman, psychopath one.
Excellent. All right. I might go for 2 as well, because, yeah, that green screen work honestly is like a 0.5, but there's some particle effects that are okay, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I liked them on the moon. I liked
That's
the space station thing where he saves them. That kind of looked good. I think the space station that they opened with was probably the best effects that they had.
I agree with that.
That opening was pretty cool. I liked Superman talking Russian.
Yeah, that was cool. Although, sorry, bring up a thing. He goes like, oh, you can sing in here. Wait, so was he listening to their conversation?
He's got that super hearing, dude.
But he has to tune everybody out, right? Otherwise, he's hearing every conversation that's going on everywhere.
Yep.
So he had to have specifically tuned in to their conversation in the space station, right? Mm-hmm. So he was just listening in, right?
Yeah. He's good at what he does, man.
I mean, Superman's a predator. We know this.
Is he working for the US government? What is happening? I don't understand. Sorry, that's a random tangent I just went on. Moving on from Superman being and then of course he hears them in trouble and is like, oh shit, I better get to work.
He can see through everyone's clothes at all times.
Yeah, what a guy.
Yeah, I know, but why is he creeping on the Russian satellite? That's the question.
Why wouldn't you creep on the what? Look, if I was Superman, that's the first thing I'd do. I'd be like, what are those Russians up to up in space?
Fuck, you got me there, Sandra. I can't argue with you on that one.
Pretty sus, pretty sus.
Special effects for Jaws, Skorn, what do you think?
0.
Yep.
Oh, a flat 0?
Look, no. Look, 0 would probably constitute like a shadow puppet of a shark, maybe.
They have a sock puppet.
Yeah. So maybe my initial 0 was a bit brash. 1. No, I'll go 1.
A 1? 1 for Jaws, all right.
There were barely any effects apart from the shark, right?
There was the plane.
Was that an effect?
I mean, it was like a green screen plane, probably.
No, they just filmed a plane, right? At some point.
Well, when they're inside the plane, that would be green screen.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I'll give it a 0.5. That's what I'm going to give it.
Okay.
I'll go 1 as well then. Yeah, I think it's atrocious, but there is at least one shot of the shark that looks watchable, maybe.
2 and 3 have better effects, and they are god awful.
Yeah, and when you compare it to 1, there's just like 1's a masterclass, and so yeah.
All right, story for Superman.
Which story? There's so many storylines. No, I'm going to break my rule and go 2.5.
Ooh, that's pretty high up.
Not bad, not bad.
I mean, I just didn't want to lean into the 2s too much either,
Yeah.
2.5. I don't think many of these ratings are going to go over 2.5.
Probably not.
Which story specifically did you like or least like the most?
Look, I liked the Nuclear Man. I liked him. He was cool.
Yeah.
He looked like a throwback wrestler
Yeah.
that sort of kicked Superman through the moon or into the moon or buried him with a kick. I don't know. He did something. That was worth the extra 0.5.
0.5.
Oh, shit.
The 0.5 is for Nuclear Man, though, who was great. The rest of the plotlines I hated, and I was upset most of this movie, so I'm going to be very harsh on it.
Yeah, Nuclear Man was pretty bad, but funny. The story of him grabbing all the nukes and throwing them into the sun, I feel like could have worked, but it was kind of preachy and badly done.
You could rate it higher.
I'm gonna go 2, I think.
Fair.
Probably. So that brings it up to 6 then for story. But story for Jaws, I mean, come on.
Yeah, there isn't a story, so to speak. There's just a mashing together of shots that they tried to make work and turn into some weird Frankenstein of a movie.
Yeah.
That would be my 0.5.
0.5.
5 out of 5.
Oh,
Definitely best story ever. Why is the shark's motivation, abilities, and just everything was so stupid.
It was.
Also, they were tracking it by the heartbeat?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Because they plugged a thing into it.
But did they ever explain why sometimes the heartbeat tracker would work and wouldn't other times? Did they ever touch on that?
It was distance.
No, because then there was that one time where, he makes the comment like, it's either gone or your equipment's playing up again, and then the shark's right next to them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the equipment could just be bad as well.
Okay.
Saying all of this out loud hurts me. I'm going to give this a 1.
1. I love the idea of a shark wanting to revenge on a family. I also love the idea of the psychic link. So I'm going to go 2.
Wow.
Because the premise, I think, is hilarious and could have been great. Characters for Superman.
Well, it's got, the iconic Superman in it. So even with the appalling performances from supporting cast, like it's got the most sort of adored version of Superman to this day. Like everyone else in that movie is the most forgettable shit. But, it is the world's Superman. Even, again, when Henry Cavill's in conversation, people still say, oh, well, he's no Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
And I love Cavill. I think he's a fucking sensational Superman, but you're going to have that whole army of people that are like, Christopher Reeves or nothing. So, yeah, he was, and to a lot of people still is, Superman. So characters, I'll go 3, and that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
But my whole character's rating is Superman alone.
True.
It's a 0 for all other characters except maybe Nuclear Man.
Yeah.
Who fucking rules.
Yeah, definitely one of Superman's powers is carrying the entire character section on his back.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated Lex, to be honest, and I hated the other Lex, the cousin Lex, and or nephew, whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah.
I hated
that guy.
the other bad guys who had like 2 scenes. You know what? The one character I didn't hate was the rich girl.
Yeah, Lacey's cool.
Yeah, I thought she was fine. Her motivations were pretty good. She was like, oh, hey, I'm kind of a spoiled kid, but I kind of want to get with the Goody Two-Shoes.
She comes around at the end as well. She realizes that she's kind of been a little bit mean to everyone.
But I just remembered, Nuclear Man takes her into space, which we know other humans need spacesuits in.
That's true.
Damn it, I remembered that. Just for that, I'm going to give this a 1.
My immersion.
Yeah, there's some wholesome moments with Reeve that I liked. There's moments with Lacey that I really like. Margot Kidder isn't. I think Erica Durance from Smallville is my Lois Lane. I think she's probably the better performer that we've had for Lois.
No, good pull. I respect that.
But, Margot Kidder's good. It's good to see her back as well because she got sidelined in 3. I think she goes overseas for the majority of that movie.
Ah, yes.
So she's only at the start and end. So they're great. I'll go 3 as well, I think. Characters then for Jaws is 0.5 for me. I'm already putting that out.
Oof.
There's nothing here.
Characters for Jaws, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Michael Caine, 0.5.
I'm going to give this a 1.5. 0.5 for the shark. 1 for Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Rewatchability, Superman, Skorn.
Well, because I was forced to rewatch it and didn't enjoy a second of it, the rewatchability was probably 0. Well, actually, no. Jaws will be my 0. I'm jumping in preemptively.
Yep.
Superman will be my 0.5.
0.5 for Superman.
All right. You can rate them the same score, by the way. You can do 0, 0.
No, I wouldn't do that to Superman when comparing it to Jaws.
That's true.
This is the lowest bonus battle we've ever done. This is the lowest points anything's ever gotten.
So bad. Okay, Jaws is like a 0.5. I'll give it 2. 2 to Superman. I liked the stupid meme stuff. I'm like, if I was to watch the whole thing again, I would probably still watch 4. In 5 or 10 years' time, I would have recovered from watching it, and I'll stomach it again.
A lot of the charm that comes from these Superman films is the campy, cheesy element.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but if I'm going to watch a so bad it's good Superman-themed movie, I'm going to go Supergirl. So because of that, I'm just going to give Superman a 1.
Yeah.
Jaws is just a 0. Never again.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And then damage to the franchise to wrap it all up. Look, Superman probably gets like a 1 because it took him 19 years to make Superman Returns after this, so it killed the franchise for ages. Jaws has never come back and never will come back, hopefully. So I'll go 0.5 for Jaws.
Yeah, like the damage to the franchise when it comes to Jaws is, at this point immeasurable because we haven't seen another one since, correct? Like that was the last one, yeah?
This is the last one. It hasn't killed shark movies, though.
No. I think that was like every movie maker's like, fuck you to Jaws 4 as well. Every shark movie that came after Jaws 4 was just every shark movie lover's middle finger to Jaws 4, saying, you piece of shit, we'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, so Jaws probably doesn't get very high up there. Obviously, Superman needed a reboot, which is not great looking for this movie. I'll probably give it a 1. It did really kill the franchise. It's a bit unfortunate because I would have liked to see a few more of this Superman. I'll give it a 1 as well, and then I'll give a 0 to Jaws 4.
It feels weird giving Jaws a 0 when we're talking about damage to the franchise because part of my head goes like 0 to, making it sound like we didn't damage the franchise, but this was just such an absolute shit show.
Should we be rating these higher to the amount of damage that they did to the franchise? True. No, that wouldn't work with the rest of the ratings.
Yeah. As long as we have that understanding.
Yes.
That by rating it 0 is the most damaging.
Damage possible.
Yeah, great. Then Jaws is a big fat juicy 0 from me.
Yeah, it's a nail in the coffin. Like no one wants to ever see another Jaws film made.
No.
Whereas Superman, there was still interest,
Yeah, so once that cog turned in my head and I realized that I was having to watch Jaws 4 instead of Jaws 1 for this, like I was by myself and still let out an audible sigh.
That goes to show how bad it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And then for Superman?
1.5 to Superman for me, 1.5. And I feel like that's being generous, but Christopher Reeve,
The other thing with Superman as well, though, is like, we've gotten... 4 Superman movies since this one came out? But even then, like, the studio is never going to make another solo Superman film, unfortunately.
No, the whole, Snyderverse army of fans are rallying for Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
We got Man of Steel 1. And as, a DC fan, and, I don't know what sort of allegiances your listeners have, but it is an unpopular opinion of mine that I love that film. I love Man of Steel. I love the Snyderverse, I will go on record and I will die on that hill. I even see its shortcomings. But as someone that sort of grew up on these comics and, understood what Snyder was originally planning on the Superman arc, Man of Steel was intended to be this gritty movie of, Superman finding his way. And by the end of his arc, it was supposed to be this big, bright, hopeful tale of optimistic. It was supposed to be everything that people loved Reeves for. We never got to see it. And I know I sound like every weeby little Snyder fan on the internet right now, but, I wanted that film.
I like Men of Steel. I was initially very down on BVS, but I rewatched it this year before Justice League.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's actually not too bad. I actually quite like it. And then Justice League was great, so yeah.
Yeah, that 4-hour epic. Oof.
Yeah. I was thoroughly impressed because I watched the original whatever cut they released. It was so fucking garbage.
It was.
It was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And then watching this, I felt bad because it's so much better. It's so much better. Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, how did they release the other one? That's why DC is behind Marvel,
100%.
They do shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, apologies for derailing that conversation.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Shout out to Snyder. Good on ya.
Sure. Well, I mean, Army of the Dead was crap, but,
Yeah.
Nah. Army of the Dead's great.
But at this point, Snyder doesn't even give a fuck. He's just doing whatever makes his dick swing, you know what I mean? He doesn't care, bro. He's just out there having fun.
All right, the final points for the bonus battle. Superman's on 26 out of a possible 57 points, so it wins with a lead. Mm-hmm. And then Jaws is on 9.5, so...
Ooh.
Still too generous, I feel, but all good.
9.5 out of 57 is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Do you have time to stick around for one quick challenge, Skorn?
Sure. Cryptic, but I like it.
Because now it is time for Raving Reviews. It's the part of the show where I go to... Yeah, you like that?
That was
You're
good.
part of the show where we go to Rotten Tomatoes. Thank you. No one else has complimented me, especially not Sandro.
I hate it.
It's from Rotten Tomatoes, the only place where I get my reviews, and very specifically not from the critics, because they're all paid out shills.
So true.
These reviews are from the people. And as we know, a single person may be dumb, but a crowd, a collective crowd's intelligence is an average.
Viva la hive mind, am I right?
So I've gotten the best reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, but this week, because we did 2 films, this is a very special Raving Reviews, especially because this is a guest episode, because I don't think we've ever had a Raving Reviews guest episodes with 2 films.
We have, but we haven't done it like this before.
So this time, normally what happens is I will tell you the review,
Right.
and you guys have to guess the score, which is from 0.5 to 5. But this week there's an added bonus, because you also have to guess which movie it's from.
Okay, shit.
Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tommy says, I think everyone was high when they made this movie.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, is that it? That's the review. Okay, got you. Fuck.
I think everyone was high when they made this movie. Sandro,
Oh.
what did you think just the score was?
Oh, just the score. Okay. When I was in the 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. All right.
1.5.
Okay, Sandro, what movie is it from?
It better be Jaws.
Oh, you're thinking Jaws. Okay.
Well, I guess to play devil's advocate, I'd go Superman.
I mean, we can go the same. That's fine.
No, but I mean, if I was to just sort of think about it. Oh, fuck. Okay, no, now that I do actually think about it.
It's tricky, isn't it?
I was like, okay, Russian pseudo propaganda, like Macho Man Randy Savage is the villain, letter to Santa, but it's Superman. Like, there's a lot of high-esque things going on in Superman, but I mean, psychic connection to a shark with a vendetta does sound pretty baked.
Yeah.
So I'm going Jaws as well.
All right.
Okay. Well, it was from Jaws.
Oh,
so you
yes.
both get a point. But it was 1 out of 5.
Ooh.
You were very close, Skorn.
So does that mean no one gets a point, not who's closer?
No one gets a point.
All right.
This is a harsh game.
No, good.
It is
Good.
very unforgiving. But you're both on 1, so that's good. That's
All right.
good.
Right on.
Gerald says, very bad, but better than 3.
Oh,
Oh,
Fuck.
Fascinating.
Ah.
All right.
because Jaws 3 and Superman 3 sucked.
Yeah, Skorn. What do you think they rated it?
2.
Better than 3. 3 would be like a 0.5, and then this would probably be like a 1.
What movie do you think this is from?
Superman. There is no way Jaws 4 is better than Jaws 3.
It might be, though. I looked at the plot for Jaws 3 and I was like, this sounds kind of bland, whereas Revenge is funny enough maybe to warrant it to be slightly better. And I know people who do like Superman 3. I know some people who actually like that movie. I don't see it, but they do. Why is Richard Pryor the main character? Weird stuff. I'll go Jaws for this one.
All right. Well, it was Jaws.
Fuck.
So Sandro gets the point, but unfortunately it was 1.5.
Oh.
So neither of you get the point for that one.
Shit.
So Sandro takes the lead. All right. But maybe you can make up the difference with Jeremy saying not quite as terrible as the third one,
God.
but still pretty bad.
Fuck. I feel like it's just the same dude writing the same review under different aliases.
No, this is Jeremy, not Gerald.
Of course.
Okay, man.
Just put on a fake mustache.
Yeah.
So Sandro, what do you think Jeremy rated this?
I don't know. Fucking 1 out of 5. I'll go 1.
Ooh, 1 out of 5. All right. Scorn.
This has to be a 1.5 as well. Every other review's been 1.5, hasn't it?
No, we had a 1.
Oh, fuck. There goes my reasoning. Just punched a big hole in my logic.
Yeah.
I'll stick with it. I'll stick to my guns, 1.5.
And what movie is this one from?
I'll go Jaws again. Why not? It won me a point last time.
And I'll go Superman because it didn't win me a point last round.
All right. Well, you'll be pleased to know it was from Superman.
Let's go.
So you were both right.
It's a numbers game.
And but it was 2 out of 5.
Fuck, man.
So much to track in this version of the game.
Yeah, it's a complicated one, but I believe you're 2-2 at this point.
We are 2-2,
so
yeah.
We're doing quite well. So we have Julian, which I'm sure is not another alias, who says, if you did a shot every time you seen a flub in this movie, you would be dead within an hour.
Did you see a flub?
Flub, which is where they mess up the lines.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, Jaws is nothing but poorly delivered lines.
That is true, but the real question is, Skorn, what did they rate this?
There is no one of like sound mind and body that would rate either of these above a 2 at any point. So I feel like that gives us like a very small margin of error.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're thinking of people with sound minds in the comment section of Rotten
Correct,
Tomatoes.
yeah. Not the comment section of Rotten Tomatoes,
I
right.
hate to break it to you, but you were looking for logic in the wrong place.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. I feel like therein lies a hint too. Let's go 2.5.
Ooh.
2.5.
I'll go 2.
And what movie was it from?
Jaws.
Because of the mispronunciation of Nuclear Man, I'll go Superman.
That's very astute, very astute. Unfortunately, it was 0.5, the lowest review possible. But it was for Jaws.
There we go.
For Jaws.
Oosh.
We have Flim, who said, this film is a winner in its own right.
Huh.
That's it. All right.
That's the review, huh?
Is a winner in its own right. 3.5.
3.
You're going 3. Okay, what movie?
I still don't think anyone would give a positive review for Jaws, so I'll go Superman.
I too share that same reasoning for Superman.
It was Jaws.
Oh, what?
God damn.
But it was 3.5. So Sandra
Hey.
gets the point.
Tied up again. 3 each.
Shit the bed. All right. GG. Well played. Well played.
We have Catherine, who says, this movie was terrible. The plot made no sense and the special effects were awful. Avoid at all costs. Skorn, what do you think they rated this?
0.5.
I'm jumping on 0.5 as well.
Yeah.
But what movie, Skorn?
Jaws.
It's Superman.
It was Superman.
Fuck.
It was Superman.
Has this person never seen Jaws? God damn it.
Yeah, idiot. It was 0.5. It was 0.5.
It was.
So you
Okay.
both get a point for that one.
Yeah.
We have Miguel, who says, go see it if you like the feeling of being kicked in the nuts while having a metal stick which conducts electricity up in your ass.
It's got to be 0.5 again, surely.
It has to be. Yeah, I agree. For a review like that, 0.5 for sure.
But what movie?
I really hope it's Jaws.
As do I.
You were both wrong. It was Superman. It was
Oh.
Superman. But it was 0.5.
Okay.
It was 0.5. So another...
Okay.
Racking up those points.
If it had been anything outside of 0.5 after a review like that, I would have been very surprised.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll get this one, which is Hoss, who says, you'd get more entertainment from yanking out your own fingernails or sniffing your dog's steaming turd.
What the fuck are these reviews?
That's got to be a 0.5. It has to be, right?
It has to be, right?
It has to be.
Oh dear. I'll go 1 because part of me is like, you wouldn't put 0.5 in a row.
I wouldn't put 0.5 a third time in a row. That would be
You would though.
ridiculous.
But anyway.
And what movie did it come from?
It has to be Jaws, man. All these reviews have to be Jaws. The only counter argument is that they've never seen fucking Jaws 4.
That is a good counter argument though, and that's why I'm going to go Superman because I'm starting to think not many people have seen Jaws 4.
Yeah, touche.
All right, unfortunately, Sandro, this is 0.5.
Let's go.
And it's from Jaws.
Ooh.
Let's go. The double whammy.
2 points. You take the
It
lead.
was good.
We have 2 more left. We have Greg, who says, should be terrible 1-star movie, but it's not The Last Jedi, so I give it 2 stars.
I objectively hate this review. As a Last Jedi fan,
Oh.
I like that movie.
Ooh.
I'm going to first of all say fair opinion, but fuck you, Greg.
Yeah.
And
Fair enough.
if it isn't 2, I will rewatch whatever movie it is.
Like, the answer can't be 2 because that's too obvious. 2.5.
Ooh, you go 2.5. All right, Sandro, what movie is this from?
If they're comparing it to Star Wars, it's going to be something a bit more popular, and I'll go Superman 4 because of that.
Yeah, I think the bigger franchise here would be the Superman, and if they're comparing big franchise to big franchise, I'll agree, Superman.
All right, well, it was Superman. It was Superman, so you both get a point. And of course, it was 2 out of 5. They said it in the review.
Tying it up. Let's go.
So what's the scores at the moment, Sandro?
We're both on 8 points.
You're both on 8 points. Very interesting. So you're all tied up for the last one. I have Richard, who says, a very bad movie, save your money, watch the original.
In terms of ratings, very bad. 1 out of 5.
1 also.
And then Sandro, what movie?
Jaws, actually. I'll go Jaws.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, I've got to go Superman if we want to go tiebreaker, because otherwise we'll just both be wrong again. All right.
Yeah, you're both going the exact same score and exact same thing. You can tie. That's perfectly fine.
No, there needs to be a winner.
All right. Well, it was 1.5. So you both were very close. And can I get a drum roll, please? The sexy drum roll.
No.
It was Jaws.
Hey.
Shit.
Hey. So Sandro wins the last point.
Wow.
Must feel good.
That's the episode. Thank you so much for joining us, Skorn.
Absolute pleasure, boys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it was awesome.
If people want to check out your stuff, let us know what you do. Let us know where you do it. There'll be links in the description as well.
I stream semi full time on Twitch. SkornGaming, can't miss me. Skorn with a K though, because I'm edgy. And branching out into YouTube too, same name.
A variety of horror games. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's it. If it's scary, I'll play it.
All right, links in the description to check that out, as well as links to our Instagram, our Facebook page, our email address. You can let us know what you think of either of these two movies if you want. Also, our review of Police Academy 5 is up on Patreon because people wanted us to keep watching that franchise, so it's up there. $5 tier onwards is where you can grab it. Link in the episode description as well. Zach, you're picking next week's movie.
So what movies do I have to choose through?
You've got 2 options for next week. The first option is The Lost Boys.
Oh.
Movie about a family that moved to a small town. They are then pulled into a dangerous world full of bikers, vampires, and vampire hunters.
Whoa.
Yes. Then your other option is The Living Daylights. The first of 2 Timothy Dalton James Bond movies. Where he's got to stop arms dealers who want to start a world war. Vampires or Bond? What do you think?
This is a tricky choice. Skorn, what are you thinking?
Oh, if you don't go Lost Boys, I'm going to smack the shit out of you, which is going to make for a really awkward first meeting.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
Oh, deed. Well, I have been threatened with physical violence, Sandro, so I think my hands are tied.
Well, it's not like we planned these in advance and already have a guest for James Bond. I think you might have to take one for the team, Zach.
All right. I guess I'll have to take the slap, and I'll have to go with James Bond.
That was my next guess.
Yeah. I'm glad I at least got that.
So next week, Living Daylights. But Lost Boys, we should do that as well at some point. Have you seen it, Skorn?
Oh, bro, that's a staple in my movie sort of wheelhouse.
We wrap up the show usually with the best quote from the movie that we just saw, but we saw 2 movies and we didn't really take many notes for either of them. So I don't know. Do we have quotes to wrap the show up with?
I have a quote. What quote do you have, Sandro?
I've got the Dude of Steel.
Yeah, that's a good quote. Mine's from Jaws, and it goes, hey, it is me, the Jaws. I have come to get revenge on the family that has forsaken me. I'll get you one day with my psychic powers. Ooh.
I remember that quote from the film, yeah.
It's actually my favorite too.
Yeah, it's a good quote. Skorn, do you have any from the Man of Steel that you quite like?
No. There was not one memorable or quotable line from that film, other than I think Lex saying, do you know what the sun is? It's a giant nuclear bomb or something. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah.
He does say that.
I was wondering where he was going with that.
Yeah, it just sort of is very ambiguous and left open-ended.
Oh, and also, roar, I'm a shark.
Yeah, roar, I'm a shark.
Yeah, it was good.